We're a full service agency based in Newcastle upon Tyne and London. We have about 15 staff at the moment, and we provide everything from brand strategy, advertising, digital, obviously online advertising, PR, etc.
When I met James, it was clear that he'd reached a point after 16 years of being in business and the company performing well, regionally, nationally, internationally, but he'd obviously reached a point where it was kind of now or never in terms of taking the company to the next level of growth.
Laura came in and basically identified what our objectives were. We got them down on paper, we thrashed them out, and then Laura helped us work with a strategy that would allow us to achieve it, and that involved more or less the entire team here at Guerilla in a focused discussion, workshops about what we stood for, what was important to us, what the value proposition was, how it would help our clients pain and gain, if you like, and we had a number of sessions. Laura helped us distill those sessions to output that we could work on from a creative point of view. That's helped us define our value proposition and also our brand, as it turns out, and brand values.
And sometimes it can be quite unsettling when you're challenged as a director of a business, when somebody comes in and questions the way that you're doing things. And with Guerilla, they've turned around a huge amount of work in a very short space of time, as you might expect from a marketing agency that works to quite tight timescales, but they've really taken on board a lot of the ideas and run with them.
I think what we're looking to do with Laura on board, what's been really beneficial, is the fact that she's been objective. And what we do for a living is we come up with lines, proposition lines, and try and get to the salient line for our clients. And that was the danger, that with Guerilla we were coming up with one line, and that wasn't translated into internal communications. So Laura's had a bit of a battle pulling us back and bringing us back to an internal and external facing value proposition that actually made a lot of sense and was holistic and had depth to it. So she's been excellent on that front.
Everybody that I've worked with here has been really open to thinking about new ways of working and really up for the challenge of bringing those on board.
I think now we've now put a lot of measures in place. So we've invested heavily in IT, new servers, new phone systems. We've got a continuous professional development plan, which is really robust for next year. We think we've nailed our own brand, which is not mean feat for a branding agency, essentially. So we've got the assets in place and the resources in place now to move forward as a team. We've recruited some really good people over the past year. So as a resource, as a company, I think we're well geared up for the future now in terms of sustainable growth and rapid growth moving forward over the next couple of years. I mean, essentially we're looking at 1.2 million, and we'd like to be at 2 million by the end of next year. Yeah, I certainly think with the advice we've had with Laura, she's been exceptional at keeping the whole strategy focused, challenging us and making sure that we're actually on track.